This video is for part one of Life's Big Expenditures, the investigation that goes with section 1.5. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some investments here. Actually, today is a loan. This one is going to be a loan that you're going to take out. You're looking to borrow $22,000 to buy a new car. You want it to be paid off in 60 months. Looks like the interest rate is 7.9%, and it's compounded monthly. Very important that we highlight that. Let's go back here a step to the formulas that we talked about in class today. One is a loan formula, the other one is an investment formula. And remember, the only place that they differ is right here with the subtraction sign for loans and the addition sign for investments. Okay? So you subtract for a loan and you add for an investment. The reason is this first block, this A sub 0, is going to be the amount that you borrow in a loan. And as time goes on, with every new month or new year, whatever the period is, you're going to subtract from that amount. So you're going to take away using the subtraction sign. It's going to make that amount, that dollar amount, whatever it is, it's going to decrease, 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 decrease down to nothing until your loan is paid off. An investment, on the other hand, is going to have you put in a certain amount of money. Okay, it's going to have you put in a certain amount of money in the bank instead of take out. And as time goes on, you're going to add more and more money to the account. So you're going to add. So that money's just going to grow. Just like I talked about on the other video, it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow until you have enough money to retire and go live happily ever after. So what we have here today is a loan. And keep in mind that the numerator of that loan is going to be, in this bottom part, that numerator is going to be the interest rate as a decimal. The denominator is going to be the number of times that it's compounded every year. And for this problem, it's going to be 12. And over here is going to be the monthly payment that you make to the bank to pay for the car. And that's going to be $300 for this problem. So what I want to do is I want to show you what this would look like as a formula. It's going to be U0. Let's use wrong pen. Let's go back here and let's use a regular pen. Your initial amount borrowed is going to be $22,000, and U sub n, or A sub n, remember we can use any letter there. We're pretty used to the U's. So is the calculator, which is what we're going to be using for this one. We're going to take 1 plus the interest rate, 0.079, divided by 12 months per year, times U sub n minus 1, that's going to be the amount you had in the previous month, minus 300. You're trying to pay off this loan by paying $300 a month. So we're going to go to the calculator now. We're going to learn a new mode. If you haven't seen any of the other videos yet, the mode, so press mode, please. Grab your calculator. If you don't have it, press pause. And press mode and go down to the line that says function, parametric, polar, sequence. These are the 4 modes for the TI-84, TI-83. Many calculators have these different modes. Go ahead and hit enter and put it on sequence mode. And you'll notice when you go to y equals that the calculator looks very different than the normal y equals screen. If mode was on function, these would all say y1, y2, y3, y4, and so on. But here it's asking us to input a minimum number for n. So remember, n is the term number we're on, and we want to start it at 0 because U0 was 22,000. Which reminds me, go down 2 clicks, 2 lines to the U n min and set that at 22,000, which was the initial amount borrowed for the car. Enter. UN is where we actually put in the formula. And to do that, follow me. Parentheses, 1 plus 0.079 over 12. The 12 divides the interest rate by 12 because you're paying monthly. So you take your annual interest rate of 0.079 and divide by 12. That's going to take care of the interest that they charge you each month for the right to take their money to borrow your car, to buy your car. So let's hit second 7, and you'll see the little U come up. See the little U above the 7? That comes from second 7. To put the subscript n minus 1, you're going to put it in parentheses and use the button that you normally press for x. It says x, t, theta, n. It's going to be an n if you're in sequence mode. Ta-da! minus 1, close it up, closing the subscript, minus 300. Okay, so we have our formula built into our calculator, and now we can go to second table, and it will generate a list of, let me just show you what yours probably looks like. Sorry, I forgot to change this setting. And it will generate a list of the dollar amounts that are left on the loan versus the number of months that have gone by. So right about here is probably where yours begins. It says 0, 22,000. After 1 month, you're down to 21,845. After 2 months, you're at 21,689, and so on. The question was, what is the monthly interest rate? That's going to be 7.9 divided by 12. This is an annual rate. You divide it by 12 to get the monthly rate. What's the first month's interest? Well, that's going to be, for that, just take 0.079 divided by 12 times 22,000. That'll give you that first month's interest. That's how much they're going to charge you that month for the right to borrow the money. If you make a payment of 300 at the end of the first month, what is the remaining balance? That was on the calculator right here, 21,845. Next, record the balances for the first 6 months. How many months would it take to pay off the loan? Well, right here are the balances for the first 6 months. How many months will it take to pay off the loan? Well, we better scroll down a ton. And it's going to take a long time because after 60 months, I still don't think this car is going to be paid off. So instead of doing all this scrolling, it's a little boring. Let's go to what's called the table setup screen. So let's press second. Sorry, I hit the arrow too many times. Let's hit second. There we go. Second window is your table setup screen. And this is where my calculator was before when I had to change it. Put the independent variable on ask. Enter. When you do that, it's going to blow away all the numbers that were in the table. So now I hit second table to come back here. It's waiting for you to input a month, 0. Hit enter, it'll give you the amount. Enter the month, 1. Enter will give you the amount, 21,845. So let's check to see after 60 months, do we have this car paid off? No, we're down to 10,629. So as this investigation proceeds, you're going to see that what payment will pay off the loan in 60 months. So to determine that, what I want you to do is go back to y equals, play around with the number that you see here, this 300. Let's increase that. What if the payment was 350? Enter. Now go back to second table. Is it paid off yet? Nope, it's at 69.64. Still a balance on the loan. Go back to y equals. Keep pumping up this amount. Maybe $450 a month would pay off the loan. Now go back to the table. Does it pay it off? Yes, we're down into the negatives. So maybe we need to tweak that a little bit. It's right around 450, but probably a little less will be the exact payment to pay off the loan. What monthly payment allows you to pay off the loan in exactly 60 months? That's step 3. All right? Do step 4 on your own. Read the question and be prepared to answer that in class tomorrow. Part 2 can be found in another video on the multimedia page. The discussion we'll do tomorrow. The Gwen's employer example, there's another video on the page, the multimedia page with this one. The practice your skills, we're going to work on this in class tomorrow. Please bring this along with the green worksheet. And so we'll be doing the homework tomorrow in class.